Today's goal is to build an agent to monitor a brand's visibility in AI search. What I mean by that is uh, what I want to do is essentially monitor how a brand is doing on ChatGPT or answer engines like ChatGPT. For example, you know, let's assume that I'm a I'm a customer or I'm a user who intends to buy a tire in India. So the query to ChatGPT is something like this. This is a very weak query. Nobody will ask what are the best tires for a car in India. They would be very specific to a specific model. But I've just written this query, uh, and the response from ChatGPT is this. It is recommending, or at least it is telling me that these are the top, brands or tire brands in India. And I'm going to use Michelin as the example here. I want to see how Michelin is doing uh, for certain queries and how we can create an agent that can not just take this particular brand, that is a tire brand, but can take any website and is able to essentially identify how a brand is doing on answer engines like ChatGPT. All right, so let me go back to the diagram again. Um, so here's what we intend to do. We want to build a LangGraph-based agent that can essentially scrape URL from a given from the given URL or scrape the content from a given URL, analyze the domain and industry of the brand. Remember, we are just giving it a URL. We're not specifying anything. So we want the uh, agent to essentially scrape the content and analyze what is the industry that the brand is operating in, generate possible search themes, generate queries that people would ask the answer engine, um, and also run the same queries on ChatGPT, analyze the response of ChatGPT, and generate a report. That's what we want the um the agent to do. All right. So you can see that these are potentially the nodes that we'll be creating. Maybe not all of them, but at least most of them here. Okay. It's a very simple agent, but it'll tell you how to essentially monitor your brand or monitor your client's brand on answer engines like ChatGPT. All right, with that, let's get started. I'm gonna show you the code. All right, so I have the screen. In fact, I'm sorry. I have the agent already written, and I just want to quickly run this for you guys. So let me actually debug the agent and walk you through the structure. Or in fact, let me quickly walk you through the structure first. This is part of the Agent Expert Labs report that I have created. You will find this particular um, the brand monitoring use case in the business use case directory. It is the same structure. We'll be creating a bunch of nodes. We'll be creating the graph, and essentially, we'll be running the graph. We'll be compiling and running the graph by passing it a state. And that agent state is something that we'll be seeing now. Okay, so let me just quickly debug this. I've written this method called run brand monitor graph, and this is how that method looks like. What we are doing is we are instantiating an agent state. The agent state contains these fields: URL, the HTML content, the domain in which the brand is operating in, error, if there is any. We'll be capturing the themes that we want to create the queries of, and we'll be capturing the query results. There is an analysis report as well. Location and brand name are key parameters for the GPT search, right? So let's get started. So I'm gonna run this bit and get to the part where we are. All right, so as you can see, I'm trying to invoke the graph, brand monitor graph. So let's look at how the graph is written. It's a very simple, uh, it's a very simple graph. It's a simple pipeline. As you can see, I have 4 nodes created. Scrape, the scraper node to essentially scrape the content from the given URL. In this case, Michelin.in, and then extract the themes from that particular the HTML content that we've created. We'll be using an LLM to extract the themes. From the extracted themes, we want to create search queries. So we'll be again using an LLM to do that. And we'll be using GPT, GPT's GPT for search model to essentially generate GPT-like responses, which will basically get the latest results for us. Okay. When I say latest results, latest search results for the given query. That's it. It's a very simple uh, graph, as you can see. So I'm going to be running this now. What I also want to do is I just want to also add debuggers or a breakpoint in these nodes as well, so that you see each and every line here. Start with the scraper node and the themes node. This shouldn't take long, guys. It's pretty simple. All right, so let me go back to the agent graph. We are at the compile stage. We've compiled the graph. Now we want to invoke. How are we invoking? We are essentially passing the initial state, that is the agent state, to invoke the graph. And we've already compiled the graph, so we'll be just invoking it. As you can see, we captured the URL from the user, and we are just passing that as uh, a field, or uh, as a field in the agent state, right? And we'll be invoking it now. So let me continue. So we're in the scraper node now, as you saw. That's the first thing we'll be doing. We'll be generating or scraping the content. So let me quickly go there. We have written a simple parser service in the same node. You will have access to this particular source code, so you can go through that. And we'll just simply start scraping the content. You can see I'm also logging some statements here. So you can see that it is scraping the content. It has scraped the content now, the scraper service or the parser service, and it has written the HTML or essentially added the HTML content to the state, and it is returning the state. It's a simple method. Now that we are done with scraping the content, now we want to extract the themes. So the prompt is very simple. In the extract themes node, we'll be passing the state as part of the LangGraph's architecture. The prompt is very simple. Analyze the content of a brand's web page, understand its domain, industry, location, extract key themes for SEO and conversation UI. Think of all the themes that users in the domain may be interested in. Do take into account the industry and location. And I'm also telling what the out, output format should look like. So what I'm interested in is the domain, a description of what is the domain that the industry that uh, the art the web page that was given to, or the website that was given to, or the brand that was given to it is operating in. If we also want to extract the brand name, the location, and some themes. Okay, I'm not given what the theme should look like. I want the LLM to do a good job of generating that. And we'll be using LangGraph system message and human message objects to essentially create the input and invoke the LLM. That's it. So I will create the breakpoint. In fact, let's just quickly go there. So we've created the input to the LLM. We're calling the LLM now. We should get the response in a bit. Yeah, we have the response. Now we'll simply parse the response. Parsed response is out, and we'll be capturing the domain. Let's look at the domain here. So to look at domain, we'll see the state. We'll just see this state variables, and so it's saying the domain is tire manufacturing and sales, focusing on automotive and motorbike tires. Great. Now we'll see the brand name that it has captured. It has rightly captured the brand. The location is IN, obviously, India, and the brand name is Michelin, as you can see. And the themes that it has captured is technical tire selection and maintenance tips, electric vehicle tires tire solution, and there are a couple of other themes that it has captured. Let's me just quickly show you guys how the themes look like here. So we've just captured three themes. That's because we have prompted it like that. So these are the three themes that it believes that this particular domain gets a lot of queries on. Okay, now uh, we have the themes captured. Now let's actually generate queries, search queries or answer engine queries for for those themes. So I have the prompt written. This is the same. Sorry, this is a new node called extract queries, and we'll be going through the prompt. Now the prompt is very simple. Analyze the themes extracted from the brand's web page. For each theme, generate three relevant queries that the users might ask conversational AI or search engines. Ensure the queries are specific to the brand's domain, industry, and location. And this is how I want the response to be. This is the theme, and I want the queries for each theme to be in query 1, query 2, query 3. I want a JSON output. And the input to this particular prompt would be obviously the URL, though almost inconsequential because we're not using it anywhere. But what we should be definitely sending is the domain that uh, on the domain that the brand is operating in and the themes that we captured in the previous node. All right. So we have let's get to the LLM part here. The prompt is getting generated now. The prompt is ready. We are invoking the LLM now. We have the response from the LLM, and I'm just going to print the output here. So for the first theme, a theme that is tire selection and maintenance tips, these are the queries that the LLM has generated. What are the best practices for maintaining car tires? How do I choose the right car tires for my vehicle? What should I check for my inspecting my tires? So on and so forth. All right, so we have the themes now. Now let's go to the most important part. What we intend to do now is we want to essentially use the queries that were generated in the previous node and call the OpenAI's web search model. So the OpenAI's web search model looks something like this. This is the OpenAI's GPT-4o search preview. There is, the latest models search as well, but we'll be using GPT-4o search. The good thing about this is that you can actually send the location to make your search results very local or very specific to the location that you want the search to run on, essentially. All right, so the input is very similar to what we see to regular GPT clients or GPT models. So I'm let me go back to the prompt again. So what we're trying to do here is we want to iterate on each theme and iterate on all the queries that were generated on each for each theme. But just for the sake of the demo, we'll be only using one theme or one query per theme. So as you can see, I've just sliced it. So let me quickly now first get the response from OpenAI web search. And the query is what are the best practices for maintaining car tires? And the theme is tire selection and maintenance tips. We have the response from OpenAI search. Now we want to generate another prompt where we are saying it to essentially extract a JSON structure that looks like this. I want the LLM to analyze the response that we got from OpenAI web search, and we want to extract these fields. What is the brand present? Is the brand present in the responses from the web search? And if it was present, capture the citation, capture the response, and what was the rank in the listicle that was created. Do the same for the competition data as well. Excuse me. We'll do the same for the competition data as well. Okay, so we'll iterate. Now we'll obviously invoke the LLM with the prompt. We are using GPT-4o Mini for that. and we have the response. All right, so that was the first iteration. So obviously you can imagine that this is how uh, it'll be for the rest of the themes. I'm just going to conclude this, and it is iterating on the second query now. What are the best tires for electric vehicles? As you can see, it is done with the second query as well, and it is in the final query and the theme. How do tires impact the environment under theme sustainability, mobility, and environmental impact theme, right? All right, so we should have the response now and the file generated. As you can see, the file is generated here. This is the final output. You can, essentially add this to uh, a dashboard or run even more deeper analysis here. But I just want to quickly show you how the response looks like. I'm just going to format the document. All right, so we have good data captured. All right, for the first one, which is tire selection and maintenance tips, this was the theme. The query was, what are the best practices for maintaining car tires? And the brand was present. Michelin was present here. And as you can see, rotating your tires every 5,000 to 8,000 miles promotes even wear and extends their lifespan. So the website is Michelin Man, but it is present here, as you can see. We'll also see what is the competition data. It has any website other than Michelin is something that the model is treating as competition, which is not true. These are news websites, but we could write a very specific or a prompt that essentially doesn't allow this and only focuses on specific brands. In fact, in the context when we are generating, we can actually pass uh, the competition or the brand's competitors so that the LLM only tracks or the agent only tracks those specific brands. But anyway, you get what the point is here, right? So next one is electric vehicle tire solutions. What are the best tires for electric vehicles? Designed for high performance EVs. Yes, in this case as well, it's saying that uh, Michelin, the brand Michelin was present here. I don't know where. I don't see that answer here, interestingly, but it was present in rank 5. However, it has captured the competition really well. So the first one is Bridgestone, the second one is Continental, so on and so forth, essentially. And the third one is Goodyear. All right, the last one, how do tires impact the environment? And our brand was not present. Michelin was not present in the response, but there were couple of Wikipedia articles. All right, so the, this is how you can essentially track or track how your brand is doing. You can play around with the prompt to make it very focused on the competition and very focused on the domain. And you can understand how your competition is doing. What are the articles that are being cited where your competition is ranking higher? For example, if you look at uh, Bridgestone, the competitor Bridgestone was mentioned here, but it is present in this particular website, Car Gurus. Maybe the idea should be that Michelin should probably be present in that list as well. Uh, Same goes to discounted wheel warehouse as well. The brand Continental is here, but it is discounted. It the content or the brand was present in this website, that is a discounted wheel warehouse. So the idea should be that you want to rank or you want to be present in these high value citations so that the LLM can essentially, or your presence in LLMs is also, prominent, your brand's presence essentially. All right, guys, that's it from this video. I hope you like this. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. And kindly share this with your network. All right, guys, we'll catch up in the next one. Bye-bye.